Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth. Plus, let's do this, shall we? I'm gonna do the daily today. Because if we finish this daily, we're 3/5 of the way to actually getting this first part of the achievement here. So here's our, obviously, like, starting stats and stuff. We're just Cain. We've wasted 4 seconds to start this run, so we're already fucked. we can't get top 100 on the leaderboard. I stood around talking like a dang moron for the start of this. I apologize for the strong language. Whew, okay. So, Cain going through to... I never know whether that's Shoal or the Cathedral. I think that is Shoal? I've got Shoal, but I'm not a shoulder. I don't know. We'll find out. I got Shell, but I'm not a shelter. I think that, it's been a while, like, I apologize. We're living in a world of confusion here. However, small rock right off the bat is awesome. However, I can't remember in dailies if it gives you the choice, if you can only go to one avenue. It's the thing, like, if you saw the Polaroid and the negative side by side on, like, the icon that's right here, your brain would be like, oh yeah. This one's this and this one's this. And you'd be like, how could you, so stupid, how could you not figure it out? But if you see them, you know, separated in a vacuum from the other one, you don't have that kind of context to lean up against. So I find myself internally divided. Much like a Kit Kat. Not super thrilled about that damage, but we'll survive. Bloodshot Eye is actually pretty good. Is this going to be the theme of this run? We are Cain. Let's get all the items that have to do with eyes. Just make him feel bad about himself. I do not respect that. No trinket. Oh, no, we do have a trinket. We just don't have a different trinket than the one you normally start with as Cain. Because on dailies, I guess you don't always start with new items. Okay, we're good. I got my sea legs. I've been doing a lot of Eden runs, and it's been like 2 years since we consistently did dailies. Or, you know, 8 months. You know, whatever one comes first. Just be strong here. You know he's gonna take a shot there. You go in, you go in, you go in, you dip out. And then you cross over, and then you go in, go in, go in, and then you dip out. It's all about, you know, sustained bursts here. There we go. Easy kill. HP. I like the situation we're in right now, and I'll tell you why. We have no Spirit Heart. Theoretically, it's possible we could have gotten one from the shop. Pretty solid as well. If there was a Spirit Heart in the shop, one bomb could have fairly conceivably given us 4 cents, which would have allowed us to buy a Spirit Heart and protect ourselves. However, what this means without an easily obtainable Spirit Heart on this floor, or on the last floor, I should say, is that really this floor is going to determine a lot of score on the daily, I think. And it's just a hunch, like, I don't know, maybe later we get Brimstone Mom's Knife or something like that, and it turns out that it didn't really impact the score at all. But on an average run, this could have pretty important effects here. Because if you miss out on this deal with the devil, you never know if that's going to start you down the wrong track. So all we can do is really try to play well. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time we've gotten hit on the cellar, but still. I actually really like number 2 as an item, but it does carry some potentially fairly negative consequences. But I will use this to look for secret rooms. Probably less to look for money, but I figured, you know, when in Rome. Let's try it out on the first room here. Boss Rush, also very important. I'm not sure if number 2 helps us with that, but there you go. Transcendence. We now have the ability to fly. Would we have gotten that if we didn't get number 2? Probably not. If I only have one bomb, I'm probably going to use it on a Tinted Rock if an opportunity to get one presents itself. So, without going to that secret room, we'd probably be a little bit more behind the 8 ball here. The real test now is don't accidentally ruin your life with number 2. Especially, like, don't cost yourself the deal with the devil thanks to number 2. So just, like, right now if you have to, just back off, get your own sandwich every now and then. You know, if you need to let go of the button, by all means do so. Bunch of red hearts. Okay, so we're just gonna try to beat the boss without getting hit then. And it's blighted ovum, so it shouldn't be a ridiculous challenge at the very least. The bomb is probably going to be as potent as like anything else we can offer, so. Since we can fly, this is even easier than usual, but come on, dude. I actually, like, the confusion is sort of terrible. Whatever, we got through it. Okay, so we got less than 3, and we'll take Gimpy as well. Probably not Necronomicon. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. Let's take Necronomicon. Why the backflip on that one? Once every 6 rooms. If this clears like 1 big room per floor for us, it's not that bad. Could speed us up. Also contributes to Bookworm. Is our HP in a bad spot? I would say not really. Nun's Habits, Broken Hourglass. Other such vaguely useful shop items. This feels like it could be a secret room already right here. We're way ahead of schedule. We do want to, you know, stack up advantages as quickly as possible. This is possibly pretty good. No, okay. Because we do, again, we want to do boss rush. We don't want to teleport out. So, you know, sacrificing 1 red heart could make all the difference there. I certainly hope it does not, though. Is this a run that's just devoid of spirit hearts? Not even that mad because we got small rock right off the bat, but you know, it seems a little surprising to go this far without getting any spirit hearts. But would we rather have 2 spirit hearts or a passive ability to fly? We'd definitely rather have a passive ability to fly. So it's one of those things, you know, if your dad gets you an Audi for Christmas, I'm not talking about a belly button that has the little umbilical part sticking out. I'm talking about a, you know, German-made vehicle. You probably shouldn't be like, hey, Dad, where's my Terry's Chocolate Orange? He got you an Audi. That's your Terry's Chocolate Orange for this year. Okay, let's get out of here. I think that, apart from that one part where we took some, like, semi-dubious damage a little earlier on this run, like, I'm extremely pleased with the way this run looks right now. Oh, I really thought I could get hit there. Like, I think that we could be charting towards a good score right now, but who knows? We could be farting our way towards a bad score instead of charting towards a good score. You're never gonna know. Are we gonna go all the way back there? Like, the loss of a key is so minor, but at the same time, if we could just not spend a key, it's a slight improvement to our chances, and piercing shots is lovely. All right. Still continuing to improve ourselves here. Now it becomes about, you know, boss room, deal with the devil, etc., etc. Liberty Cap. Liberty Cap means very little to me right now. Kind of like being able to open any golden chest at no personal cost to ourselves. I don't want to use this just in case it's like a range down or something. This one has started to pop off. This is like my ideal sort of run. Really, oh, I'm excited. Disregard that. Everything is horrible and I hate it. Just please do not make the boss an asshole. It's the only thing I want in this life. Don't make the boss an asshole. That's not a second secret room? I mean, we should look. I'll go back. Oh my god, it's the most asshole-ish of all the bosses. This guy's gonna take like 45 minutes to fight. This guy shows up on every daily. Get over yourself, dude. You guys remember that song from my youth? It's not normally the way that sentence goes. It goes, get over yourself, goodbye. Something, 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 something. You know, you'll forgive me, I hope, for not remembering any of the other lyrics. This is from the period, you know, you gotta recognize that... Oh, thank you, Gimpy. You gotta recognize that when I was between the ages of, like, you know, 11 and 14, there was a new boy and or girl band, like, every 2 days. There were reality shows based around finding the next great boy/girl band, and I do use the phrase great, loosely. I think these things are faster than they usually are, thanks to I'm excited. So I had to use Necronomicon. We have a battery charge on the other room regardless. Please, please. We've done it. Okay, that took forever. We did get a speed upgrade, though, so, you know, worth it. It'll pay for itself in terms of time. Second secret room, right here. Or, right here. Or, right here. or right here. Come on. Hey, there we go. 4th time's a charm. And we got HP out of it, which I think is very worthwhile. So how do I feel about this daily so far? Like, there's 2 different ways to look at it. Relative to other people and relative to other runs. Relative to other runs is very strong right now. DPS is quite good. Necronomicon is fine. Spacebar item is fine, I should say. I'm excited. It's kind of shitty. But we can fly, so I'm not going to be too disappointed by the way things are going right now. Necronomicon actually strikes me as a very good time saver right now. We are going to peep the curse room here. And I think it's worth the half Spirit Heart to get a little bit more money. If not from a gameplay standpoint, then from a point standpoint, at least. Normally, I wouldn't go back and do that, but I didn't want to lose all that money from the Golden Heart for no value. And then relative to the, whoa, okay. Relative to the, you know, other players, how do I think I'm doing right now? I think I'm doing pretty well. Not, you know, 10 out of 10, give me the Cobalt Streak badge of, you know, adequacy, but not really dropping the ball too much, I think. The greed fight does not bother me. Steam sale could lead to some, you know, breaking possibilities. Money is also money, which is pretty good. Money for money leaves money. You gotta have money. It's not the... It's like a bastardization of like a... What is that song? Is that an anti-war song? Nothing from nothing leaves nothing? You know. An eye for an eye leaves everybody blind. Not true. Probably leaves at least one person with one eye at the end of it, unless there was some kind of extremely unlikely simultaneous eye stab at the end. I don't disagree with the message of an eye for an eye leaves everybody blind. You know, the idea is, you know, don't focus on revenge because it makes the world... we shouldn't have picked that up yet. It makes the world a worse place overall. I just take issue... I mean, I take issue with the metaphor not really making sense. Just follow it through to its logical conclusion. I poke out your eye, you poke out my eye, I poke out your eye. If I get my eye poked out by somebody who can't see where I am, I deserved it. I should wear like a mask or, you know, a helmet or something to prevent the eye poking. At some point, you gotta take personal responsibility for your own ocular safety. Nah, I'm not taking another one makes you larger. So this floor is kind of, oh, don't make me do it again. Kind of a moment of truth. It could be here? Yeah, I like this spot for it, actually. We actually didn't find our regular secret room either, so rarely is this gonna make the difference, but we gotta check. That's the rub. There's our secret room. And I'll try twice. Once here and once here looking for magic mush. Or mini mush. We could use the speed. Amnesia. Alright. I think we're going to skip the second secret room on this floor just out of, you know, mental safety. Mental health. And, let's see what we got. Rag. Mega. You can get worse than this guy, but... he is kind of an asshole. Okay, well, down to the next floor. Just kind of a boring floor, but I'm stoked to have gotten Daddy Longlegs at the very least. Let's see what we got in here. Mimic. It's tempting, isn't it? You never know what could be inside of that mimic. But you got to run through, I think, like, first principles. And you're like, what's the best thing that could possibly be inside of that? Something to pay for the spirit hearts I spent getting it, is my thinking. I really feel like, so far on this run, the seam is transcendence. If maybe you got number 2 and you decided, I'm not going to take number 2, because it hurts me more often than it helps me. Lord knows, I have lost runs to number 2 in the past, although I still stand by it being pretty dope. So you could be forgiven for making that mistake. Then you don't have the ability to fly, you're going pretty slow right now, you're probably like, this run's kind of shitty. I could definitely foresee that happening. 3 spirit hearts, we don't really want to fight the angel statue. No point in that. The judgment is very useful, though. If we can get... it doesn't matter what kind of judgment we get, actually. Oh, that's our first damage in a long time. If we get a demon judgment, great. If we get a regular judgment, maybe greater because we have a ton of money, but... Okay, Daddy Longlegs, you want to get that double smack. Whenever whoa! What a leap. Stop this. Got 100% deal with the devil chance here. That's what I like to see. I also like to see that I can fly, so I never have to risk being hit by these guys except when they do that. Okay, 2 hits on the Sister Viz fight makes me a little sad. We do get Matchbook, which is at best okay. And Void. And Death's Touch. So we will definitely take Necronomicon here. And then I think we'll just play this guy. We should have waited to use Void, but I wasn't thinking about it at the time. Let's see what else we get here. The Fool. Skip Boss Rush. Not that I really want to. And we got some HP back. So the Void is a strictly better version of Necronomicon right now. And that's 2 of Hearts, right? And then Death's Touch is just a strictly better version of whatever we had before from a tier standpoint, regardless of what we had before from a tier standpoint. So I think we'll come in here, do this, teleport out. I just wanted to not take any damage that was not strictly necessary to take. We still got about a minute before I start to concern myself with making it to boss rush in time. And I wouldn't even say I would be concerned with it at that point. We definitely have to go to the shop on this floor, though. We got 79 cents. It's ridiculous. I can't remember if you lose points for buying things from the shop, but again, part of I got tunnel visioned on dailies before. It's in my nature, believe it or not, to be somewhat competitive. So, especially when I had friends of mine competing in the dailies, not that I'm blaming them, but I was like, you know, I gotta win. Certainly, compromises a little bit of the zaniness that's inherent in a Northernlion Isaac episode. So we're gonna try to not worry as much, like play the dailies in a daily focused way, because they are unique, and once they're gone, we're probably not gonna do many again. But then after that point, you know, once we get as many dailies done as need to be done, focus on the zaniness, I think. Just have a good time. Have your own dailies. More options. Do I need a Spirit Heart? Why not get one? We are going to be doing Boss Rush. Why not check the card? It's the Chariot. If we get an arcade on the next floor, we'll be stoked that we have this. And we're going to try to do absolutely every single room that we can get our hands on at this point. Feel little reason not to. I don't know why I feel like I have little brim right now. I don't like when I walk into fires, but, you know, you build in, like, 1 fire per run that you walk into as a moron, or at least I do. Anybody else? Just me? Alright, cool. So we have Necronomicon, and you know what? Great room to use Necronomicon on. It's actually, like, I like it more than Necronomicon, because it doesn't actually take time to do the thing that books always do, where it goes like, hey, here's the picture of the book, and then it like does all the damage to the enemies. It just fucking does it, you know? I respect that. I appreciate that. It doesn't need the attention. Double key room is interesting, but also frightening. So how do you do this? You start with Temperance like this. Go like that, you go like that. You grab the Chariot card. You come back here to this room. I know we gotta make Boss Rush. Or we want to make Boss Rush at the very least. Who's our next boss? It's Mega Fatty, right? I don't think I'll have time to play the Blood Bank more. It's not Mega Fatty. Yeah, I really don't think that that's in my best interest. Let's just move along. We got our Chariot card, which we want anyway. Remember, like, the Hush fight also gives you bonus points, so if we're going to Shoal or the Cathedral, we can absolutely take advantage of the fact that we have, there were battery charges back there, dang it. We can absolutely take advantage of the fact that we can get to that hush fight and maybe get some, you know, extra bonus points on top of the norm. Oh, that was so bad. Okay, you need to rush, but don't rush so much that you take too much dumb damage. Relic, almost certainly our right call here. You got something for me? I'm even using regular bombs to save a couple seconds now. The rate of fire diminishment thanks to Death's Touch. I'm not blaming it. It's good to have, but I do wish that maybe it was a little nicer for us here. You know that this reroll machine, Mathis was nice enough to tell me, it works as a restock as well. So we're really able to go, you know, pretty hard on this right here. Champion belt for the extra damage is probably the best thing we got there, I think. Not picking those up just because we're short on time. It's a mimic, obviously. It's a secret room as well. Tower card is not that worthwhile. I think we're going to make it in time. We don't have a great run for killing boss rush quickly right now. That can change. If I get picked up here, like I'm in hell. Sweet, thank you for the spirit heart. I forgot we had the relic. Okay. This might even be a somewhat difficult fight to just beat Mom at in time. Like, it's not a bad run by any means, but trying to figure out how I'm gonna kill Mom fast enough. I think we're gonna miss boss rush. That's embarrassing. At the same time, I'm kind of like, what are we supposed to do about it? There it goes. We were 3 seconds too short, so we're only going to the cathedral. Alright, it would be really nice for me to make the hush fight work so that we can make up for those lost points, but damn, dude, that's brutal. To be 3 seconds off of boss rush, that's like, you know, 1 tier delay could have changed that. And I guess it's also like an indication that, you know, the run is not, I mean, it's certainly not bad right now. However, maybe not quite as good as I thought from a damage standpoint. That probably single-handedly undoes, like, any positives that I had working in my favor. You know, people have been like, wow, NL went, like, 3 floors without taking damage. Ah, but then he missed boss rush by 3 seconds, so maybe people will be kind, but the point system of the dailies will not be kind. But either way, let's focus on, you know, the reason we're doing these dailies. First off, entertainment. Secondly, we gotta win 5 in a row. And it looks like we're very well equipped to tackle 3 in a row here. Takes us more than halfway there. Assuming we don't fuck up the hush fight. I mean, to be honest with you, if we're gonna do the hush fight, it's a daily, so I want to do the hush fight, but we should be stronger by the time we do the hush fight. Like, if we could get 2 deals with the devil on our next on this floor and the next floor, I'd be happy. Really just like, it's just rate of fire. Like, damage is fine. In fact, it's over 10, so it's better than fine. It's great, but just very, very slightly behind the 8 ball there. How are we doing on consumables? It's a great question. I don't know the answer to. We're gonna learn from ourselves and maybe rush a little bit here. Although I will admit, if we can find a self-sacrifice room, that would be another avenue for us to get a lot of points back. But I guess we'd rather find the self-sacrifice room on the cathedral, and we can't really afford to be making enemies right now. Oh, this would have been a great floor to have a battery charge, dude. Oh well. I mean, we already have the relic, so no big deal. We'll take Little Steven, even though from a point standpoint, you know, Pageant Boy might be better. We're just gonna look for a curse room or something. We have plenty of time to figure something out, so Cursed Eye, that's not what I asked for, but we're about to get the suck. And I haven't used Void for its suck powers, like, at all on this run. We only got it 2 floors ago or something, but still. Maybe we should, no, I was like, maybe we should start to consider using it just as a sucking item, but I don't think so. I will say, I think that, like, the low-key, like, best decision we made on this run, even though it didn't quite pan out, was Necronomicon. An item like... oh, there's a Tears Up. That's huge. An item I'm almost never stoked to get, except in this very weird situation where I was like, yeah, dude. Yeah, baby! No, it was like, it makes perfect sense to actually take it on this one. Cricket's head, please. And I'm glad that that ended up actually being seemingly correct as well. So we got a really good, like, economy at the end of this run. Not thrilled about Bob's Brain Plus number 2, but I took it. So if I'm not thrilled, like, you know, who is? Freedom isn't free, it costs $1.05. If you won't throw in your $1.05, who will? No self-sacrifice room. Definitely no self-sacrifice room. 35 bombs. Let's keep our pace going here. Hilariously, I'm complaining about tier delay. I just realized, like, what is suspiciously close to 3 seconds? The amount of time it takes to get a number 2 bomb to pop off. How many number 2 bombs did we pop off? En route to, you know, finding so many secret rooms, etc., etc. Answer, kind of a lot. All in the name of saving a few almighty dollars. It's sad, really. Let's make it down to the next floor. We got plenty of time. Do we have plenty of money? We have enough money to possibly... Oh, I really wanted this to be a blood bank so we can get into the boss trap room. But you know what? Maybe. Yeah, okay. And then give us some items, and I can use the void. This is high probability for items. Those are dense chests. Sadly, they actually didn't accomplish what I wanted them to accomplish, but that's okay. We're just really at this point playing like a nice, safe run. And I don't mean that to be like boring, but it's been a good run. We got a lot of self-danger. The road is fraught with the ability to hurt ourselves on this run. However, I think, okay, now you're being an idiot. Now we're playing like a defensive game. We're accidentally blowing ourselves up a lot. Don't do that. This guy is not worth it. A tinted rock. Golden chest, please. It's a golden chest. Suckable item. It's a suckable item. Although it's going to give us Bob's Rotten Head. Which, I don't know if I really care about. But maybe it makes it more usable on bosses. Sure. I wanted it to be a passive. Thank God for the relic, dude. Because I am, wouldn't say I'm in a bad spot at all, but it's, oh. It's very nice to know that I'll probably never need to worry about HP, although I am going to re-roll my entire run right now. Because it's just the kind of guy I am. What do we got? What in the world is the world's slowest tiers of all time? We have Dunce Cap. I'm looking at stats, and I'm thinking the stats look pretty good. Shielded tiers plus Tech X could be disgusting. I don't think this is a shit reroll. Like, I think this is actually... It does suck that I can't get to the... like, my shots take 200 years to actually make it to the exit, but... Oh, we're immune to explosions as well. Or, like, unbelievably lucky and quantum tunneled through that enemy's attack. We have 99 bombs. Are they good bombs? They're decent bombs. When you were bombs... Man, looked at you and said, what a good bomb, what a pretty bomb, what a smart bomb, yeah. It's the, you know, 18th most popular Bare Naked Ladies song. Most people only know It's Been. I'm glad that song's making a comeback, because, like, and by comeback, I mean, you know, self-aware, ironic, so bad it's good sort of thing. But still, like, I owned that album. That's 1998's landmark Bare Naked Ladies album Stunt, dude. It's got 1 week, so I got a soft spot for it. It's got It's All Been Done. Oh, woohoo! It's like the soundtrack to my 5th grade. It's a little pre-Smash Mouth era meme music. I'm very for it. A little bit of meme music. Eine kleine meme music, if you will. Alright, we're definitely gonna fight Hush. We need the points, to be honest with you. And honestly, this run is way better. Question marks. Doesn't matter. Glowing Hourglass also does not matter. Ooh, these are both great. But I think we'll take Holy Mantle. It's the smart play. Minimize our damage taken. And then in here... People have told me, by the way, blow up every single... Yeah, there you go. Blow up every single bomb... Or blow up every single rock that you can find on Hush fights. It gives you a much greater chance to find crawl spaces. I guess we should let Bumfriend pick up the money. Might be bad from a point perspective, but who cares? Holy Mantle is great, so I'm not displeased. Infamy is also very good. Emperor. We should take the Emperor because it gives us a much faster trip on the Cathedral. We don't really want to skip the Cathedral. Unfortunately. We do want to go to the Cathedral, because if there's a I don't even know if there can be a self-sacrifice room. I feel like this is a conversation we had like 900 times in Afterbirth's dailies when they first came out. Like, can there be a self-sacrifice room on the Cathedral? We might as well do every room, though, because it's a daily. We could Emperor card and just skip out of it, but I think that's only hurting us. So actually, do we need the Emperor card, or do we want a Sun card? If all we cared about was timing, definitely the Emperor card is, well, it's one of my favorite cards of the game. Actually, like, if I'm being 100% honest, it's probably my favorite, like, vanilla card in the game. Just because, you know, sometimes the floor is the filler, and the boss and the deal with the Devil Corridor is the real meat of an area, in my opinion. Trying to tap shoot, but our rate of fire is actually not great enough for me to think that that's particularly easy. We must have the soul as well, because we're deflecting shots. Or, I don't know, maybe it's Egghead or something? Yeah, okay, stand back. Did you see that? Holy Mantle got hit, but then Infamy blocked like 20 shots. That was unusual, is what that was. So what's the point of using the Sun card? By using our mapping, we'll be able to know whether or not... This is something mesmerizing about this run right now. By using our mapping, we'll be able to know whether or not there's a self-sacrifice room on the Cathedral. Oh, Curse of the Tower. Always a little dicey. Whoa, you know what's super weird? I just realized that earlier on this run I said, I don't know why, but it feels like we have little Brim right now. I told you, I've been chosen! I've been chosen from above to be the zany ambassador. They're sending me messages through the ether. It's heptapodish. Okay, we got the Sun. Let's take this. Oh, right. We can just go straight to the Void. In which case, we also do not want the Emperor card. We want the Sun card for full health and mapping. Please let me go. This is like... This needs to be saved. If there's a familiar over the Void entrance, it won't let you go to the Void entrance. So I'm assuming that this is going to be like mad points for us. But we have to win. So I'd really, I mean, considering we don't have the Relic anymore, I would really like to pick up some decent items down here. The run is not bad. I would think that we have a great chance to succeed. However, I need to not take damage for that to happen. So it would be ideal for us to fight every boss here. We'll get a, you know, a much greater item penalty for picking up the items, but I don't really care. I want to secure the victory. And I think we might be slightly... Well, I mean, let me put it this way. I think I underestimate that I'm sort of good at Isaac. And I don't mean that to be cocky, but, you know, look at my comments on Isaac sometimes. I appreciate the fact that you watch the videos, but you got discerning tastes, you know? Oh, NL said that Henry Kissinger became the Secretary of State in 1964 under the Nixon administration, but actually he became the Secretary of the Interior and later after John Ashcroft resigned. You know, it's like you demand perfection, and I respect that. Keeps you honest. There's no doubt about that. Please take this money. You might as well take the money. There's small rock, so I'm pretty pleased with that. Demon tail. I'm fairly happy with the flies, honestly. We'll grab this as well. Speaking of demanding perfection, I really think we could have gotten 5 out of that. 5 explosions, I should say. Alright, let's move along here. But yeah, like, you guys, you demand perfection, and I think that makes you a better Isaac player. But it also leads to what I would consider to be an inaccurate view of the Isaac community. Like, most of the people playing these dailies are not 100 streak players. And that's not meant as an insult to them. What percentage of Isaac players even want to get to that level? It requires a degree of, like, you know, dedication that is, quite frankly, a little silly sometimes. Right now, I feel like the Devil card is actually way better for us. Or, yeah, the Devil card is way better for us, because being able to kill Delirium quickly matters more than having full health when we're already at full health with Holy Mantle, etc., etc. We definitely do not have the Wafer. This also definitely cannot be Delirium. Yeah, okay. So we'll definitely use Mama Mega on this floor as well. This is put on your Blast Shield, because every single room that we come into here is going to explode a little bit. It's a great floor to have this on, though. It's the best floor to have this on. Jesus Christ. I will say, so yeah, but to get into that point that I stumbled over there, I think that I'm better at Isaac than I oftentimes give myself credit for on the dailies. So Plan C may be excellent at killing Delirium, but I'm not going to risk that on a daily. We will experience that item at some point, but it's not the right time right now. So I wouldn't be surprised if we were top 500 on today's daily. Anything beyond... Oh, wait, we lost the Devil. Ah, whatever. Who cares? Anything beyond that would be gravy as far as I'm concerned, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see us be top 500. I'm not going to take this pill. And I'm also... If we finish right here, I'm going to take it as a sign that we're pretty much just good to go. Just keep walking ourselves back here. We're actually doing quite a number on Delirium. I feel like maybe an incredibly low shot speed is not that big of a deal. Well, that spawned right on top of me. An incredibly low shot speed is not that big of a deal when you're fighting an enemy that just moves around the whole map. You know, he's very likely to teleport away from our shots, but he's also extremely likely to teleport closer to them in the future. So it's going to be a very, very fast Delirium fight. This was one of the better full run rerolls. Even though at first it looked like trash, to be honest with you. It definitely made up for it on the back end. So I'm not saying we're going to finish this right here before we get any more phases, but we are very, very close. Okay, we took a little damage. Life goes on. What are we looking for now? A self-sacrifice room? Nah, this is the end of the run. We've reached that point. This is I'd say the most, like, objectively successful daily. We got great stuff done. If only we were able to lump Boss Rush into this one as well, we would be happier, but that's 3 wins. And this one was in semi-impressive form. 355, okay, maybe we'll be top 500 by the end of the day. It is like just after noon PST. We'll see. Either way, I'm pretty pleased with that. Could have gone slightly faster. Could have taken less damage. But that's okay. For now, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching. And I'll see you next time.